You all folks, so done some strange things in my lifetime, but as you can see, this is where I laid my head last night. So first time sleeping in a tackle shop, but yeah, Nobby was kind enough. We decided to get over early instead of having to get over 5 o'clock this morning. We've only just been getting here now, and I would have had a totally no sleep all night. So yeah, we got here about 11 o'clock last night on the ferry, and yeah, had a beer and just got catch up with a few of the lads, got our heads down, and I woke up this morning to Nobby crying. So what's the matter, mate? He said, it's all gone wrong, it's all gone wrong. I said, what do you mean? He said, the weather's come in. It's one of those things, unfortunately, you can never guarantee the weather, can you? So we booked this trip a couple of months ago, and unfortunately the winds and the rain is today. There's going to be a thunderstorm apparently, and then tomorrow we're looking at 30-mile-an-hour winds in the Solent, which is not going to be good. So we just come up with a plan of attack, and the main focus was stingrays. At the end of the day, it is what it is. You can't guarantee it, can you? I mean, you can only go off tides. So I think we're going to have to come up with a plan of attack. Stingrays may not be the focus. It is what it is. We're going to have a go anyway, so we're here. But yeah, as you can see, Slamfish headquarters. Joseph pans the camera around, and yeah, it's to be honest, guys, it's a lovely little shop. It's Newport, Isle of Wight, the East Stocks, everything really. Zocron, Achios. What else is he? Stock. I think that's the main rod wise. Reels, Achios. What else is up there, Joseph? Finor. Lovely selection, really. Pen. It's got, yeah, but loads and loads of like stock. So anybody what was ever after like the Zocron ranges and stuff like that, definitely worth having a chat with Nobby. I don't know if he sends them out or not, but he's definitely got the collection in stock at the minute. But yeah, we're going to go for a bit of breakfast now, and hopefully we can come up with a plan of attack. I mean, if it's going to rain, I think we're going to be in the pub. I think that's the only thing you can do, guys, isn't it, at the end of the day, because I ain't going to go stand outside getting wet. But we're over for 3 days. So within the 3 days, we've got to try and produce a fish. So as long as we get a session in and we get a fish. Now, they wanted to go at 1:30 this morning, and I decided no, I'm getting my head down. But yeah, we're gonna go and have a bit of breakfast now, and then we're gonna do a bit of filming here at the Slamfish headquarters. And yeah, for those of you what's interested, do pop along, and we'll catch up in a bit. Tight lines. Welcome to the wonderful Isle of Wight. So today we're over to target a few stingrays. So we've had this trip planned for a little while now, and a friend of mine, Nobby Clarke, we met at the European Open Beach Championships a few years ago. This time when we were up there, he said, Andy, fancy coming over and having a go for the stingrays this year? So why not? Pick the tides, everything. That's the only thing you can do really. Unfortunately, the weather's not played ball, but we're in for having a go. Now the weekend, the weather's not looking good at all for where we're fishing. This is the only real break we're going to get really to have a go for the stingrays. So we're all in or nothing. So we're here down here today. We just got to the mark, set up, got T900s, running up and over rigs with big rag baits on, 3/0 hooks and 6-ounce leads. Now we've come to like a bay really, and we're fishing on the outside of the bay and into the Solent. So I'm quite looking forward to this. Now, my bait's been sat there for a little while now. I'm going to get them casted out, and hopefully we can get a fish out. But the weather's not very good today, guys, so we're going to have to try and make do with what we can, really. But here's to a good day. So, first things first, ratchets off. And, yeah, Mr. Nobby Clarke from Slamfish looked after us big time with these. Prime ragworm baits, as you can see that, guys. And hopefully we can get one sent out to the horizon. didn't hit that very well. Timing was all over the place there. Gotta do the best I can with the filming today, guys, because it is wet. So that there, first cast of the day, I'm going to blame that on. To be fair, I've been used to using the T1000s, and the glass tip was a bit there then. Ratchet set on that one. Right, let's get the next one out. So exactly the same with this one now, 6 ounce lead. And yeah, ratchets off. Next one out. Right, all we can do, guys, all we can do. So I'm very much looking forward to this trip. I really am. Stingray, something I've always wanted to target in the UK waters. This is my second trip ever targeting them in the UK, and hopefully, to be honest, it's probably my third. I did go, I'm not sure if we targeted the stingrays back then. Nah, it is my second. I think we went up after the undies, because we went up to a mark called Neat many years ago, but I can't remember what we'd done that. It was that long ago. Jam these rods in, I know that for sure. It's a rock here. Put that on the butt there, I think. Yep, lovely, all set. Hopefully we can see a fish out, and the rain holds off a little bit. We're going to go over and have a chat with Nobby a bit later on. If not, well, and the weather is rubbish all throughout the day, we'll jump back to the shop later, and we'll have a natter. He can go through obviously his angling background in the area, how long he's lived here and stuff like that. Very impressed with the shop, guys. I mean, I've seen some photos now. They look quite small on the photos on the internet, but I'll tell you what, it's massive in there. The range of stock he's got in there is fantastic. He's got all a massive amounts of rods. Anybody who's after the Zocon or Akios range, definitely a place to have a look at. Reels wise, lows, like all the tackle and that, bait, everything you need really. So if you ever plan on trips to the Isle of Wight, head over to Slamfish, Nobby Clarke, and he's on Facebook, and yeah, really nice guy. He'll look after you, and yeah, it looks a lovely place to fish. I mean, it's fairly small islands. When you're in here, you could probably, really, depending where the winds are, you can get out of it everywhere really. But no local knowledge at the same time, I think. I mean, this is a place I've never been to before, and I think you always rely on, especially with this neck of the woods, exactly the same if he come down our way and that, you know what I mean? No, you don't know where you're going, and I try and help out a lot of different people around the UK with putting them on marks and stuff like that, and I've been rewarded back in return. So yeah, hopefully I'll be happy with a 10-pounder. I've got to be honest. If I can get a stingray out, it's an holiday fish for me. It's something which we don't get around our neck of the woods, and I really want a UK one really. The target is a 60-pounder, but it's one of them, isn't it? You can't guarantee that. Lovely if it happened though, wouldn't it? As long as one of us catches a stingray today, it's in the bag. That's all we can ask for. It's not always about catching, it's a team effort, and that's the way we always fish. I mean, Joseph's eyes on the rod big time today. He wants a stinger out. He's rather excited. But it was a lovely trip over. As you see in the, if I overlap a few videos now, we got over here on the ferry 10:15 last night, got over here for about 11 o'clock-ish. By the time we got to Slamfish, we ended up staying on the shop floor last night. Nobby sorted us out because our hotel wasn't booked until tonight, so we can check in from 3 o'clock today. And yeah, we've got tomorrow and Saturday, and we go home Sunday. So I'm just hoping the weather lays off a little bit. I mean, the wind's 18 mile an hour. I'm not sure if you can pick it up here in a minute. Hopefully not with the sound, but it's not comfortable. It's in your face. And you can see it by the way you're putting the leads out as well. You're missing the wind's holding the leads back. But to be honest, I'm not blasting them out at the minute. Just a nice easy pendulum cast, 100 yards, 120 yards, and yeah, right where you need to really. But yeah, hopefully we can see a fish out. I mean, there's been a lot of fish caught out around here. I'm not sure if there's been any stingers caught. I don't think there has, but there has the opposite side, so they've got to be around. Obviously, I've been told these sets of ties are the ones where they normally turn up with the big girls. So hopefully we can see one. But there have been smoothhounds up to like the 17-pound mark. You've always got a chance of underlets and stuff like that. I'm not necessarily on this mark. We've come this mark today with prime ragworm. I mean, Nobby had it come through last night from his bait supplier, and yeah, they really are top quality ragworm guys, to be fair. I think key baits are always the key when you're doing this type of fishing. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to give yourself all that chance, and I mean, if you're picking the right tides and everything else, you need the bait to be primed, don't you? It's half the battle, just finding the fish then, isn't it? But no, I'm not sure. It's a bit different than anything we get down back our neck of the woods, venue wise. I'm trying to describe what it's like. It's like what I imagine Triley Bay to look like the island sort of beaches marks. I mean, it's like a reef going. It's a bit like the channel a little bit. We're on the edge of a reef now, fishing to flat water, total flat water, and it looks quite shallow. But you can see as we're casting out, the water goes from light, so it starts getting darker. So there is a little bit of depth there. But we just need these fish to play ball today now. But had a bit of breakfast this morning, which always helps. The rain's about to hit us again now, so I'm going to put my coat on and knuckle down, and hopefully we can get a stingray out to you today. So, gear-wise, it's a pair of the Saltigas, magged, running up with a pair of T900s. 20-pound mainline, 8-pound leaders, and running up and over rigs. As you can see, the way I described the mark, it looks a little bit like a Bristol Channel mark, but it does remind me from like photos I've seen, videos I've seen of Ireland. So yeah, it's a bit different than I fish the opposite side. But as you can see, the rain's coming in now. Nice comfortable fishing really, it's flat walks and straight down onto the beach. Walk for about 10-15 minutes. But yeah. There he is. The main attraction. Hey! On it.
Something like that.
On it. So Nobby's gone from a 10 fathom. It's actually fishing braid on that one, believe it or not. Zocron XGT 14, and yeah, Joseph's over in the background playing around. But the weather is on upon us, so I'm gonna have to put the camera away, guys, and we'll see what we can get. Okay then, so at the moment Joseph just had a dogfish out. I do apologise guys, the weather is absolutely terrible and it's going on and off with rain at the minute, so just trying to like protect the camera gear more than anything. I'm getting a few taps on this rod here now. Now the second rod Joseph just brought in, both of them really, but he had one fish on one. The other one was loaded with weed. Now Nobby said once the tide starts, obviously starts ebbing down, we'll get the weed coming on, and as its tide turns and starts to flood, we should see the weed hold off then. So hopefully we can have a day without lots of weed, because there's nothing worse, as you all know. Slow taps I'm getting on this one here at the moment. I'm thinking it's weed, you know. I'm thinking it's weed. Give it a couple more minutes and I'll bring him in. So we have the Solent looking off across to Portsmouth, Southampton. Quite a strange area, the Solent, compared to what we used to fish in. I can see on bigger tides it will be, it's quite shallow. And as I know from future reference, it can be quite weedy. Just hoping not so today. I mean, Nobby's over there at the minute. It's about to bait one up, so we're going to go over with Nob and we'll go for a quick bait up, I think. So we have Nobby. You've changed from the sausage method there at the minute, mate, have you?
I have, mate, yeah. I'm doing a little alternating. So I'm going from a sausage to a waggly tail, just to see. I don't know if it makes any difference or not, but
I've left a few. I've done like a sausage and then had a little bit of movement on the bottom end.
Just a little bit of both.
Yeah, it looks more natural, to be fair, doesn't it?
I think so. Should behave a bit more like a worm in the water, shouldn't it, like that?
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about this venue, mate.
Well,
that's one of the. Is it a well-known venue?
It is, yeah. I mean, there's only 2 or 3 sort of top spots on the island, really, for the stingers.
Stingers, yeah.
This is what
one of them. One of them, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice shallow water, plenty of sand out there. I think the big females like to come and sort of sit up in here, get comfy.
Yeah, you can see why. It's a depth of water coming out onto shallow, like what they will like to bathe in, really. Like imagine on hot days they come right in close in here, especially as it drops off the, because at high water they still got a good depth of water in front of us there, haven't they?
Yeah,
as it drops off like a reef.
And it sort of doesn't matter whether it's low tide or high tide, you're still sort of casting into the same bit of water every time.
It reminds me a little bit of the Bristol Channel reef mark this here, except from the reef marks are like 300 or 400 yards out to sea.
Right.
And it's very shallow and it goes out to the reefs. You walk miles out and then fish it, and then on the incoming you've got to get back.
Okay.
So it's a bit. Have you fished the Bristol Channel before?
No, I never
have to come down one day.
Yeah,
come down definitely, mate. Yeah. It's a lot different, as I was just saying, than we have at home, because it's quite shallow out there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it is really shallow.
And you have a lot of problem with weed on bigger tides.
Mate, yeah. I mean, the ebb is bad all through the Solent for the weed. But yeah, normally it's all right on the flood, hopefully.
So where are we looking across to that side then? Is that Portsmouth?
No, Portsmouth is
down that side. So this is more Southampton?
Well, I think that's Southampton there.
Southampton.
Cowes is just round that point.
Okay.
So that's sort of the centre of the island is just round that corner there.
Yeah.
So we're sort of slightly to the left now, coming down. I think Lymington you can see in the distance over there.
Yeah. So this sort of time of year now, you sort of see the stingers come in. Is that normally due to the weather?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, this time last year there'd been 20 plus stingers caught, all big, 30, 40 pounders. But so far, nobody's admitted to catching one yet.
To be honest, I've found it down our neck of the woods at the minute with the smoothhound, because going back a few years, I had my biggest smoothhound, and it was the end of April, beginning of May. But that year was very hot in February, moving through. And I've done a couple of trips, like top end of the channel recently, trying to get one out. And you would think they'd normally be there by now, but I put it down to a couple of things. I put it down to a lot of the rain we've had. Yeah. And I've put it down to the weather conditions.
So it wasn't cold, a cold winter, was it? No. I think we only had maybe 2 or 3 frosts.
Did you? Well, we had constant rain from October through to like March. April. It's ridiculous, and it's still doing it now. And I think that have a lot of effect on the fishing.
Oh, it's got to, hasn't it?
It's got an effect on the water, but especially
shallow venues.
Yeah.
I mean, the smoothhound are in.
Yeah.
You know, they're sort of, they were a little bit slow, but they're
Coming
definitely
through.
turned up now. Yeah, there's some really nice fish going
So
on.
anybody come into the island, you've species-wise, you've got it all on the plate, really. I mean, you have
really
all
have.
of it.
We've got sort of sandy, touristy beaches. We've got rocky back. We've got ledges. We've got deep bits. We've got shallow bits. Yeah, we're quite spoilt, really.
Species-wise, undulates, smooth,
I think we
spotted.
get all the rays. We even had a blue skate caught.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Taupe.
Yeah, back we've got taupe
Spur
going
dogs?
up now. We don't get the spurs.
No, that's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We don't get the spurs.
Cod?
The unicorn.
Unicorn, is that what you call them, the unicorns?
Unicorns, mate.
Are
Used to. Cod fishing was great through the Solent,
Yeah.
you know, 10 years ago, but they're just not there now.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really
crazy. Joseph's making the most of it. He's getting out another 2 baits there now. Well, we'll let you get your bait out in the water because you're not going to catch nothing doing that. And then, yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. I want to bring mine in a minute. You never had no weed on yours, did you?
No.
Nah. So
Right, mate.
I'm hoping the same because I was getting a bite on the left-hand one. Didn't know if it was weed or not. So
that old braid.
there we go. So this is how you bend the Zocron XGT14, Mr. Nobby Clarke.
You don't want to put them out too far, mate. Them stingers are nice and close.
Here we go.
That's my excuse. And I'm
No,
sticking to it.
here we go. I'm going to stand back here now.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, watch this. Look, live on camera. Look,
Live on camera.
you can't bird's nest braid. He said.
He's
Yeah,
casting
I'll wait for
braid
it.
now. Berkeley
Yeah,
sick.
watch.
When they say you can't cast braid, and that is braid. Braid on a multiplier. I'm actually going to try it. So
I think you're really gonna like it.
It's got the Berkeley
I
stick
really
in
do.
the shop, so he's done
I've tried a lot of braids.
special 5-minute deal with 90% off.
I've tried a lot of braids, Andy. They really all don't work. It's got to be the right one.
Yeah.
But that Berkeley sick.
How are you getting on with these Spooligans grippers and that then?
Yeah, I like them.
You like him?
Yeah, I do like them.
Seems to be a big phase, isn't it? Because
I waited and waited and waited before I bought them.
Did you?
And then 3 days after I bought them, they released the low diameter one.
low diameter.
Yeah.
I like the big ones, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I've got wraps on my rod.
They're a bit chunkier.
I
aren't
like
they?
my cups up high, so
Yeah.
it seems to work when I.
Are they the
using
Spooligan cups as well?
cup. I know, mate.
What are they?
If you have a little look on there,
Is that painted?
you look on the back of these. Hold on.
What's this? We're seeing it all
See
now.
on the back of there, look. Slam.
Who done that?
I got my power with a 3D printer.
Hey, look at you go. I'm sure that was my ratchet. Right, I'm going to go bring mine in, Matt.
Go on,
Good
mate.
luck. Okay, guys, I'm going to bring mine in first. I've got a bit of weed on here. So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. Joseph had a nightmare with his. This is the one I was getting a bite on. Got a fish on. So I knew I had the bite, and unfortunately I've been blessed. I say blessed. I just got hooked up. this conger. So I'm quite lucky with the fact that he's properly lip hooked. So I'm going to get him on hook now. The only way really tea towel, so I can get him unhooked. So guys, definitely not what we want, but that's what you call a little strap eel. Okay, for those who haven't seen one before, baby conger. And as you know, these get absolutely massive, but unfortunately this one is about 59 pounds 8 ounce too small. So yeah, we're gonna get him back now, and hopefully we can get a few more baits in the water. I'm going to bring the other one in at the same time now and rebait both of them. So let's get him back. Okay guys, going to bring the other rod in now. It's like another shelf out there. I'm bringing my leads over at the minute. Just keep reeling, keep the pressure. Weeded up, unfortunately, weeded up. But back to the drawing board, put another bait out, and yeah, just got to keep doing what we're doing. Unfortunately, leave the baits out as long as you can. If you think you got weed on, at the end of the day, you don't want your baits covered like weed like that. It's pointless being out there. So as I said, it's not something I've done a lot of, and it's finding, to be honest, that bait's not been touched, absolutely not touched, just a load of weed on it. As you can see there, it's just been covered. The last thing you need is for that to be covered and just sat out there doing nothing. So I'm going to put him onto the eye there like that now, reeling up. Gonna have to loosen off my reels before I go casting one out, because there's a lot of weed around the knots of the shock leader. So I'm going to take him up to base camp now, and yeah, we'll get a bait up on camera. Okay guys, base camp. So Nobby set up a little umbrella here just for a little bit of comfort for like baiting up and that really. So yeah, I've got my ragworm what wasn't touched last time. I'm going to add on to that because it puts more worm on there. And yeah, you see these worm, look, prime, lovely, local dug, fresh as you like, ragworm. And yeah, all I'm doing is basically doing a sausage effect. And you need a fair bit of worm to be doing what we're doing today. And yeah, hopefully it can pay off. Just got to keep going and going and going. So it's the first worm on. Bait elastic, just binding it around the hook. Okay, and then just making a sausage effect really, right up through the bait. They're not massive baits. I would say sand eel sort of size, medium sand eel sort of size, but they are quite chunky. And just to give off a bit of scent and stuff like that, I've left a few worm coming out of the side, and the reason I've done that, just for a bit of movement. Lots of goo, lots of dirty, bloody mess coming out of it, and then I'll get my hook. The main thing for me, for any type of moth fishing, is making sure that hook point's proud. And that's my first bait up done. As you can see, guys, got £100 trace there, because we'll be after the big girls. With I've got 2 Frio Chinnoos on there at the moment, so that's all ready to rock and roll. So that's the first one done. Now on to the next one. What do I do with the lead? I'm sat on it, I think. I am sat on it. So that's all set up. Now this one here has been totally stripped from when I had the eel. So all I'm going to do, I left my baiting needle down. I've been using a baiting needle normally. So I'll get a couple. Okay, I'll be alright. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bind these 2 worms together, because I'm being lazy. Alright, so I'll bind these 2 worms together like so. Lower that. Be alright to put it onto the hook. Now if I get my hooks, that's the first one there. Rain, go away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that hook through the worm like so, then bring it down to the bottom. Alright. Need my baiting needle really, but I'm about 80 yards back down the beach. Once I get one on binded, I'll be alright. Okay. Slide that back down there now. I'll have to try and feed this worm. So much easier with a baiting needle. The main thing of it, you're trying to make sausages basically. Okay. Down like that. Down like that. And I'll bring the other ones down like so. I'll bring that one over the top. That's my sausage. Getting bit by the rag, not liking this at all. Here we go, we're getting somewhere. Getting somewhere. Bring that down around like that. Nice. So pull that one up there. Joseph's just found a peeler crab. And he's so excited, bless him. He's in the back of the camera holding it up going, look at me, look at me. Softie. That's a softie. Yeah, what are you going to put out on that? Huh? Right guys, that's it. Wipe my hands off for a minute. That is it. Sausage bait, ragworm, looking for that monster stinger, and then put that down in a fry like so. Got to hook up both ends, and that is job done. Matter of fact, that is, come on, Mr. Stingray. So what I've got to do is get the weed around my knots now. The rain's come in, so unfortunately you're probably not going to get this cast on camera, but yeah, hopefully we'll see a fish out. Hey. So just going to put a bit more bait elastic around the bottom end of this hook. If you're never confident, feel 100% confident with something you've done and it's going to play on your mind, it takes 2 seconds, doesn't it? And I know that now is where I want it to be. So only one thing left to do. Let's get him out there and see if we can get a fish out. Put this one out first, I think. Get him out there. Not really hitting them today. 80 yards, something like that. Just trying to get that one on the line of the darkness there. But I'm not sure if that's a bank or not. So you have a go. Setting the ratchet quickly. So that's the ratchet set on the first rod. Going to set the other rod out now. Okay guys, so next cast now, and hopefully we can get one out. I'm not full pendulum casting them. I'm just putting them out about 70 yards, 80 yards, I reckon. Sees it like you can see it in the coloration of the water. It's slightly darker, so I just want to try and get it on the bank. As I said, Nobby's not even casting; he's literally just flicking them out. And it's true what he's saying, that the fish come in. The only one I've ever seen caught was about 3 meters out to sea. And I'm being serious, 3 meters out was unreal. The tide line coming that close, but yeah, hopefully that can be the one. Rod tips over. And there you go, both baits out again, and yeah, hopefully we can see something. I can see it in the coloration of the water. As I said, it's quite murky close in, and then it goes a bit cleaner. It's really hoping to get one. I mean, I'm not really bothered about size. It's a holiday fish for me. If I can get one, I'll be happy, over the moon. But if I can get a big one, yeah. It's one of them, it's out the way, innit? But I can see the fluctuation with anglers that live up around this sort of neck of the woods and that, wanting to go out and target these species, because what an amazing species to have on your doorstep. It really is. I mean, imagine being able to go out and target like massive stingrays throughout the year. You'd love it, wouldn't you? Especially I would. And just the venues, really. I mean, I'm not getting any younger, and a lot of the venues I've got to go rain and that now. You're climbing down cliffs and stuff, you know what I mean? It's an absolute nightmare, and half the time you're blanking. Nothing's ever guaranteed, you know what I mean? You can pick half decent tide and that, you think you're in for a good chance on that, and still exactly the same. But no, I could get used to this. I really could. Sun's trying to come through out there in a minute, so hope it does. See his tips arched away. Just want to see that fish out now. Just want to see that fish out. Well, 25 to 11, and yeah, it's rain's holding off for a minute, which is nice. I can see the sun coming up through to the left hand side of me, and hopefully it can land on us. It's quite murky close in, like channel murky, what you would expect to see on the Bristol Channel, but then out a distance there it's quite clean. So I don't know whether they prefer the dirty coloured water or the clear water or what for them really. Rays, gotta love them, gotta love them. Joseph spent the last half hour trying to find a peeler crab. He wants a smoothhound out, so he's managed to find a softie. So he's been running up and down the beach all lively. Just sent one out on his an ever rod. But no, all in all, it's nice to be here. Nice to be here. We can book into the hotel at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So I think probably get an hour's kip later on. I mean, sleeping on the floor last night wasn't very comfortable. I think I got to bed about 12:30 and up again at 5:30. But no, it was all right really. Beat sleeping in the car, didn't it? Joseph has got a fish on. Let's go and see. Smoothhound? Was it a screamer? Was it a screamer, was it?
I don't know, I didn't see it. I didn't see the little pump of smoke where he stood.
There he is. Joseph Rainsford. Smut. What happened, Joseph?
good little pull down and a flat liner.
Fish on?
This one.
Smoothhound?
Not pulling hard.
Sun's out, boys and girls. That's what we want, Nobby. Woohoo!
Oh, that tide's just turned as well, isn't it?
Yeah, tide's just turned. Hopefully that leaves the weed off. What have we got here then? Is it right? Huh? Pulling out. What do you reckon? Money on? It's a crab bait, isn't it?
Crab, yeah, I think it might be a little hound.
It might be a hound. Do you want to come and land it for him? So I love it. I really do, guys. I do. I love it. Bass. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at that. 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm gonna have to hold him up. Unfortunately, I don't like doing that. Yeah. Look at that, guys. Peeler crab smashes it again. Mr. Joseph Rainsford. Hold him up. We'll get a nice picture of that. Look at that. Fine silver bar. Quick photo and we'll get him returned. Look at that. Fine silver bar. Quick photo. Do you hold him? You got your fingers all over him, haven't you? Nice, mate. Best way to hold that, in the mouth. Always hold him in the mouth. If you hold him in the mouth, the spines can't hurt you. Let's try and get him down. Get him seen, go back kicking. There you go. There he goes. Fine silver bar. Top of him there, just going back in the water. Well then, Joseph, there he goes. Here he goes. Get his wits about him, back out to the depths. And yeah, hopefully for someone else to fight another day. Can't do more than that. Well done, mate. Oh, a nice bite then. Proper tap, 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 tap. And the sun's out. I don't know if I missed a fish then. I come back to my rod tapping away. Hopefully we can see that big one out of the day. It's Nobby in the background there now. Reeling in.
lifted it over nicely there, guys, but you can see the weed going onto these ledges in front of you now. You can see how far these ledges go out. It's just dropping down. So I definitely had a bite on that left one. I'm tempted to bring that one in. I've got something small on there. I'm not going to get a stingray on it, am I? Because I'm using a running up and over rig and it was bouncing like that, 9 times out of 10 when it's bouncing like that, it could be weed on the line, or the fish is already took because it's got enough tension in it for the rig to move off before it actually obviously pulls and connects. I'm gonna bring it in. Bit of weed on there. I'm glad I brought it in. It's covered in weed. So what I think I'm going to do is just sun clip the rig quickly, take him up and bait another one up. So hopefully we can get a fresh bait out there ready for these stingers. Nobby did say the back tide now, as we're fishing it back up, it's hopefully the weed will hold off for us. Bait completely stripped, something been playing at that. That's all set anyway, so we'll go back up and we'll bait everyone up, eh? So the sun is on us, which I like. So this means one thing now. Need to land that monster. Need to land that monster. You hear all these stories sometimes, you know, people come up to the Solent, like travel up from Wales or travel up from like our neck of the woods and stuff, and smash it on the first time. I remember a story of 2 Welsh lads. I've seen it on the social media, and they come up to like Bognor, like that sort of way, and they literally smashed the pants off it. I mean, I think they had 3 fish and all the fish were over 40 pound. They had them on 2 on the same mark and 1 on a different mark, and it goes to show sometimes you can hit it and everything is spot on, and other times it just don't. That's part of fishing, isn't it? But I feel quite a little bit more confident now the sun's out, and it's also nice for you guys to be able to watch what we're doing properly instead of obviously having to do music over and stuff because of the sound and the wind and the rain and everything else, you know what I mean? But no, so there it is. It's my little rag bait. I'm going to send out there now. I'm going to try and get into that clearer water a little bit, and to be honest, there's not a tide line there really at the minute, so I want to try and get that on the tide line if I can. But to get one out there then. That's in the cleaner water. Probably overcasting them as normal. Well, ratchet set. Tips arched over. Whee! Lovely. Traps are set once again. Hopefully the fish play ball. Catching much at the minute, so I think let's head back to Slamfish and see, go and have a little chat with Nobby. Tight lines. Well, it's been absolutely hammering down. I'm soaking wet. The wind is howling, as you can probably tell by this, and yeah, it's not very good at the minute. I'm tired from sleeping on the floor for hours and hours on end, and yeah, it's conditions on great. Nobby's basically told me he don't think we're going to get one out, so unfortunately it's what it is. Fishing, in it, you can't guarantee everything all the time. I mean, the weather's been all over the place the last few months, rain and everything else, and this time of year normally I see a big difference, and I see it with the down our neck of the woods how things are slow. It's not been what they were in past years, and everything's slightly later. So on that note, got to come up with a plan of attack now. My plan of attack is this. I'm cold, I'm hungry, I'm tired. So what I think we're going to do is head back to the travel lodge. It's going to cost us a tenner to book in early, and then get some glam rags on, maybe get an hour's kip, have a nice bath or shower, wherever it is in the travel lodge, get an hour's kip, and then get up, get a bit of grub, and do the top 10 Isle of Wight boozers. What do you reckon, Joseph? I'm still going for it. I'm not giving up that early. I'm here. So you probably weren't going to hear any of this because of the wind, but no, I think this is going to be an Isle of Wight booze cruise. I think, unfortunately, but hey, we're here. Not a lot else we can do. We can't go home until Sunday. So yeah, on that note. Okay guys, so unfortunately the session's come to an end. We fished the tide back up, a lot of weed. It's only just stopped raining and the sun's just come out now, but we're going to start to pack up in a minute and head back to the travel lodge, get our heads down for now, have a nice bath and that, meet up with the big boy a bit later on, and we'll go and have a couple of beers and maybe get an Indian tonight with the lads. So looking forward to that. But no, I'm just going to spend 5 minutes with Joseph a minute, and we're going to go through this pendulum cast. Another thing we're going to do tomorrow is go through the tackle shop stuff, because I think when people are first starting out fishing, sometimes it's a bit hard to know what to get and what they do and stuff. So what we're going to do is basically go into a tackle shop for the first time. I happen to know a guy who own one, and then what we'll do is go through some of the tackle bits and pieces which will help you catch a few fish. But just going to spend 5 minutes with Joseph going through the pendulum cast. I'm going to take this off a minute. Phone's in there, so I better look after that. We're going to start packing down in a minute, but just while we got 5 minutes of sunshine, and I did say to Joseph, so I'll do it with him. So Joseph's been practicing casting. Since Joseph's come on with us, his casting is improved tenfold. I mean, by watching the video of Adam doing his demonstration and that, his layback cast, he's hitting a bait. How far are you hitting a bait now compared to what you were hitting? Doubling, yeah. Easy doubling his distance. The layback cast, he's picked it up properly, really well. A lot of going down, just not even at us helping him. He watched the video, went down, and he was just basically practicing and he's absolutely nailed the layback cast. So he's having a bit of trouble with the pendulum cast. We're going to go through it quickly with him and just hopefully show him a few tips, okay? So what I'll probably do is I'm going to come here now. Right, you do one minute, cast out, but go left, cast left. Right, no. So, first of all, I can see what you're doing there. You're basically doing what you do with a layback cast. You're dropping your tip, aren't you? Yeah. You don't want to be doing that with a pendulum cast. Not to that extent. You're doing that when the lead drops with that layback cast to pick your lead up. We haven't got very long. Bringing it in. Right, if I'll give you this to hold a minute, bring your lead up. Right, you come up that side of me. So, basically the thing to look at is your drop straight away. So you've got your drop set. Now what I normally do is put my hand in position in there, right? A bit more on that, so you need, I'm down about there and so right, that's your drop, okay? That there's your pivot. So if you stand back a little bit, so as I'm coming back there, that's staying still. So basically all you're doing is, I'd put the lead out that way as well. So you're going out like that, right? And then like that, right? Watch that there, see that there? What I'm doing with that hand, if I do it this way, I'll do it this way a minute because I'm not going to cast, right? So basically what I'm doing with that hand, I'm holding that hand on the side there. And that there is just a pivot. So all I'm doing, everything's done with this hand. So as I come back, I'm dropping the lead like that, out like that. You can practice that, right? And that's what I'm doing. The main thing and the hardest thing what I found was getting that scoop. If you can get that scoop, so when I'm holding the rod in like this now and I'm coming back like that, I'm basically bringing the lead out, letting the lead drop, bringing it back in, and I'm doing that, right? As soon as you basically push down and bring that down, you're in position to cast. That no matter what way you're casting, you should always be casting there, because as you come around then to cast, you can push and pull and push, and everything should be going long ways. I mean, a lot of it to do is where you're aiming. So exactly the same as what I've just done then, Joseph, as you can see. The trouble is, if you bring that arm back like that, it's called chasing the lead. You lose compression in the rod. The whole point of that bending, that there's making the rod bend, and it's all to do with the left side. So if I come out again, I basically bring the lead out, let the lead drop, bring it down like that. It's a momentum, and you're in that position again. Once you're in that position, the main thing to do is let that lead go around, because if you can't do it straight away. If I was to go out there like that now and let that lead drop, bring it around like that and hit it there, right, I'm going to cast inside the tip, right? If I'm casting inside the tip, I'm casting off the tip, which is all just basically my tip doing all the work. If I let that lead go around, I've done it a couple of times now, I'll show you in a minute ago, right? If I come around like that and then bring it down like that, drop it into that position and let that lead go back around to that outside. As I come around then, I'm going to pick the lead up, right? And the lead is what's going to compress the rod. And if I get Joseph, some of you might have seen this in the video before. I'm going to swap with Joseph a minute. Right, so Joe, you get on that rod a minute. Right, so basically, if I'm doing this now, Leah, that's all tip. Look at all that tip. All tip movement on the rod. You can't even feel that, can you? It's like having a bite, right? If I come outside here now, so Joseph stood over there, right? He's in position where that lead is, right? Watch this. I can pull Joseph towards me, right? I can literally pull him towards me, and that's what I'm getting at with outside the tip. Now, this is what I've learned from Adam. This is one of the things, like I said to Connor the other day, having someone show you the technology of casting and how to understand it. Once you get that, that's 90% of you there. All you need to do then is put everything in together. Now, Adam's a master at timing. If you watch Adam's timing when it comes to casting, everything is down to the absolute millisecond and perfection. And that's where his distance comes from. And that's what separates him from a lot of individual casters, is the timing of it. I mean, you watch, and it's not just something what he's just picked up. There's something what Adam's picked up over time. And I've knowing Adam and seeing what he's done, and especially when he was going back doing casting again, when we started doing a little bit of tournament casting with him, it was frustrating for him to not be hitting the 300 mark and only getting like the 270s and stuff like that, because it was down to practice. And then I think now then he's I'm not sure how much he's doing now, but he was doing a different type of cast where he comes around twice, and the timing in it, I couldn't do it. The timing in it is unreal. But I'll pass you that one back, Joe. So what I want you to do is this. It's something for everybody to practice, really. If you want to learn the pendulum cast and you're at home, go down to a field or go down to the beach and don't even cast, right? Get your lead, so you get your pit in your reel in like that, so down there like that, hand placement. If you got reel up, exactly the same the other way around, right? And basically what you're doing is that. So that there is doing nothing at the moment. It's all to do with this. So if I hold that lead up, right, to get that lead to go out, I'm dropping the tip and pushing out, right, like that. It's all done with that there. I'll do it again. Look, watch this. That lead's placement like that. So I need to get that lead to go out. I'm dropping it out like that, right? That's the position. Nobby's trying here now. It's good. This is what everybody should be doing, is practicing. So when you're coming out like this, so, okay, so you're basically pulling the lead out. You're pulling the lead out like that, letting it drop, and then that position there like that. That there is so important, that scoop. If you see sometimes when we're fishing, and I've got to go back to do that, he's got it straight away there. You got it there. Come over here and do that thing, look. You watch what he's doing straight away there. The hardest thing, guys, and that's what I'm going to get Joseph doing in a minute, is not having someone to show you. So exactly the same again here now. You go out, let it drop, and that position there like that, okay? I know the lead's going all over the place in a minute, but I'm just trying to get him into that position where he's letting that lead go out. And then one more time. So lead out, let drop. You could do it without even the lead on. You do what you just done then. Do you normally cast like that?
Yeah, ever since I watched you do it about a year ago up Euro.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you personally with your pendulum cast, what do you normally do for your setup?
What do you mean? Like,
so if do you ever do arm placement?
My feet are a little bit different. I normally put a step in mine.
You put a step?
Just say if I'm going to cast that way,
yeah,
I'll stand where I'm going to finish,
yeah,
and then I put my feet together. I don't know why, but it feels comfortable. And then so when I'm doing this, I'll give it the old, and then I'll step.
Yeah, that's tournament casting. So on your there, if you put your hands up, put your hands in position, you go, right?
Yeah.
Right, so let me have a look at that. That's where I would put your hands.
Is it really?
Yeah.
See, that's where I was, and I couldn't quite go. I found if I went up a little half a hand, when I go past my head for the javelin, I got more of a snatch with the left hand. Whereas when they were there, I felt like I was a little bit too elbows in, which I'm still struggling with.
Now I get what you're talking about, why you prefer the shorter rod. By putting that up there will help you get more compression in the mid section. It will feel more compression because you're putting it basically on the rod, guys, especially with the pendulum cast there. That hand is the pivot, and the reason that it's a pivot is because that there is what's bending the rod. I mean, if you went down here like that now, and I try to do it, right, it would bend all the way from there to there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Over like that. By strengthening that arm there, that's where the power's coming through. That's why if you chase the lead, if you bring that back like that and go to cast, you're killing it, all the bend in the action. If you keep that lead there like that now, and you come out like that, and then come back around like that, see that?
Yeah.
That's the position. That's the position. That is a position where you are ready for the cast. Yeah. No matter what cast you're doing, that there, where I just set to now. So I'm letting the lead go out like this, then lead go out like that, let it drop, bring it back around like that, and there. Right. Once you're there, everything else it doesn't make no difference. Whether you're off the ground, the layback cast is slightly different because you're dropping the tip. You know what I mean? What thing? But everything else, no matter if you're doing off the ground, everything's there. So as you're coming around now, you're picking the lead up to move. So basically, all the pendulum cast is an aerial version of the off the ground. But so you prefer to cast with your hands up a little bit?
I like that. Yeah. I don't know why. It just feels more comfortable up there.
So if you come round a minute, right, 2 seconds, drop us that lead a minute. What I want you to do is I want you to come round.
What, for tea?
And come round for tea, if you want to come down for tea, come down for tea. Right, just, if you reel it up to the top a minute. Right, come round with your cast. So what I'm trying to do is look to see how he's coming round. Because his arms are in that position and they're out more like that, it's a weird way of coming. Go around.
What, to do what I would do?
Yeah, cast, do that. Yeah, so
I find then when I sort of get to about here,
yeah,
I ain't got no more push in this hand. I've got to pull that one.
Shoot, that'll make you come over the top, will it?
It sort of makes me have to pull this hand because I've always casted trying to push.
So if you pull that, if you put that into the pit of your arm a minute, go like that.
Yeah.
You put that there, right? And you do that with your hands, right? Now try the same.
Yeah, see if it will.
Do it again, yeah. So it will do because you're not finger. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm now.
See,
I want to.
Yeah, but no matter what, that there, even Adam will slightly bend that arm. That there is never straight.
Right.
And everything's to do with maximum power.
Okay.
Right. So because I was originally told, a lot of people said to me originally that they put like poles and that down their arm to help stop them bending their arm.
Right.
But when you watch Adam cast, and a lot of the decent anglers cast, that isn't completely straight, that is slightly bent. Because as he's coming around, he's using everything from his legs to his muscles in his legs up through his body. He's using absolutely everything. And if you watch him, as he pulls around when he's doing his proper casting, he pulls that butt that hard into his chest, it leaves bruises.
Right.
Just to have that complete finish.
Right up here.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, by you having that there now, as you're coming around, like if I put my arms up there and try and do that, it's gonna force me coming over the top more.
Right.
Where if I put my arms into that position there now, and I come out and I come right through.
Where you would? That's
yeah,
where you would
that's the setting that I have on my arm, right? And then basically, as I come around now, everything's there. Right. So as I'm coming around, I'm out here, aren't I? Oh, if I'm out here, it would feel to me that I'm trying to come over. I get what you're saying, because it's helping that, is it making you want to go, because you can't do nothing with that arm. I can't, because it's straight.
I took it out of the game
yeah,
for a minute.
You've basically, you completely took it out of the game, because it's that straight.
Exactly what I've done.
It's like that, you can't bend it.
Yeah.
But you do want a slight bend in it.
Right, okay. We better have a go then, haven't we?
You have a go.
Now I'm going to have to re-wrap all my rods.
What's going on here?
Yeah, thanks for that, mate.
I don't know what's going on here.
Every rod needs a re-wrap.
Every rod?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's re-wrapping. It gives you something to do when we get back from the Indian tonight. No matter what, guys, it's fun and games, you know what I mean? And that's what fishing's about, it's about having a laugh. But I'm gonna go let both of these boys cast a minute now. So get Nobby to cast, get you to cast. Have a couple of practice swings a minute, I'll just get him to practice swinging. Right, if you try and do what we just talked at then. So get arm placement. Into your pit, right? Is that lead on your hand? That lead, slightly drop it more a little bit. Have a couple of practice before you hit it.
Oh yeah?
I'll come over. Right, so out over here like that. Now remember that scoop, Joe. So I'll come and stand this side of you a minute. Remember that scoop. So that scoop, as you remember that there. So you can bend it slightly. Get yourself so you feel comfortable. Have the reel like that. Try and do it with the reel like that. So you're going out like that. Drop. That arm needs to come like that. That arm, it's got to feel like it's going like that. All right. And then you're in that position. You haven't got to drop nothing. All right. I'm going to stand back here a minute. Don't cast it, but just get used to doing that thing. Move the reel around like that. I want you to see you keeping that reel facing you there like that. Out swing, in swing. Yeah, nearly. Yeah. Give that lead time to drop. So let that lead go out, push it out. See that push? It's a lazy push that. What you need to be doing is basically that hand there should be your power. So as you're dropping, but that there, you're levering it in. The more you get used to pumping that lead with that hand, the better you'll get it. Pump it, like real pump it. That was better. Try it again and do a more fierce one. Pump, that's it, that's it. Yeah. See that position then? You poke that arm down and then like that, into that position, you're there. All you have to do is wait for that lead to move it around and hit it. Right, we're going to get Joseph to have a cast now, okay? Then we'll move over to Nobbs. Right, here we go. Full pendulum cast for Joseph. Out. That red bent then. How did you find that? You need to slow it down a little bit more. It looked better. When you come round, you looked. Right, gonna go over Nobbs quick, Glenn. Wait a minute, let me stand that side. And then I'm gonna bring more rods in, and then we're gonna go and have a nice, well-earned beer.
We are, mate.
Yeah, we are, mate. It's like, it looks like the Pacific down here at the moment. It's lovely.
You know, tan, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right, so arm placement. No. See what you're doing there? That arm there. You're trying to move it with that arm. Do it with that arm. Keep that. So wait a minute. I'll tell you what. I'm going to move some of you for a minute. Right. So when you're standing, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. To stand like that. Don't put no step in for the minute. Come around. Come like 3 o'clock. Yeah.
3 o'clock.
Yeah. On your. Yeah. You feel comfortable? Right. And then I want you to put that lead out that way.
Over there?
Put it out towards that tree. What's coming out like that? Right. Okay. But no. Come, yeah, like that. Yeah, that's it. All to the all that pump that left. Pump that left. Don't bring that left right hand. That's it. Now pump it. That's perfect, nearly. Whoa. Right. What you done there? Pump that harder. When that lead goes out, let it go up to the top, so it goes up like that. Yep. And then as it slightly goes to drop, then turn. Let it drop slightly, because that's where you get speed from. Lead speed. Let it come back to your hand a little bit. That's it. Now drop. Out. Pump it. Whoa. No. You want to make sure that lead, as it comes up, it stays tight. And as it goes to the peak and it starts to drop slightly, then pump that thing up. You can no. You can harden that.
Harder than it.
Yeah, mate. That there. You want to like
pump. Yeah.
Pump
the fuck up.
Here we go. Right, let that lead stay still. Now. Out. That's it. Yeah, slow down. That you had it. I can see your hand. You had it in position then. If you had let that go slower, to its slow motion. That's it. Let it drop. But it's tightly. That's it. Keep that. Yeah, you hold on to that. If you film that on me a minute, just so they can see what I'm doing. All right. So basically, I'm going to give you a bit more thing. Right. Contact. So basically, this here, look what I'm doing here. I'm basically going out like that. I'll drop it out. See the. It's harder because you've got a glass tip. See that? smooth, but look how slow. You watch Adam do it. Adam does it very, very slowly until that lead comes round, and when it comes around, his speed comes in. It's like it's like a Ferrari doing like cruising and suddenly just putting his foot down. Yeah, it's literally like that. Outswing. See what I do? See, when I was doing it up the Brid the other year, when I was doing the going showing people and that, when I got back, Adam said, you forgot something, didn't you? And I still forget stuff now, and you got to go back there, right? And this is why he's a very good teacher. You move your body towards the lead,
Right.
because it puts you back.
You should move.
Yeah, so you're lead, and the reason you're going like that towards the lead, right, is because as you come around and you scoop in that position now, all your body's here. And then as you're coming around, you're transferring the weight from the right to the left, which is giving you more momentum because you're creating more power. So as you're finishing, you've got all your body weight going from right to left, which is, in theory, that's why it's so important not to chase that arm, because as you transfer that weight and you're coming around, your legs, the rod's buckling.
Yeah.
So one more time, outswing, let it drop, out. Right, we'll get Nobby to have a little cast now. Finish him off, boy. Finish him off. Yeah, hit him out. Don't get yourself, like, have a little couple of plays just to get it going. You know what I mean? So you're happy with the way the lead's going out, and then let one fly. Watch yourself, Joe. Outswing. Nearly. Outswing. Nearly. Slow, isn't it? Really scoop down with that hand, like that, down and out. Nearly. Yeah, you know, that's good though, because you know that you're not doing it right. That's why you're not hitting the lead. No. If you know you're not doing it right, then you know.
Know what it should be doing.
Yeah. It's not the easiest thing in the world to pick up, guys, and it is a lot easier when someone showing you what to do. I mean, I'm terrible for it sometimes because I know what I should be doing, I know how to do it, but when I'm fishing you get lazy and it's just like, you know what I mean, you're fishing and you're not like you're tournament casting, because at the end of the day, not all the time you want to be hitting those distances. That lead, if you do it correctly, that lead should come here, and that lead should come up past you like that. Right, here we go. Let one fly. I'm going to bring more rods in and we can go to the pub. Well earned pint today. I'm not drinking that Madry either, bloody horrible stuff. You promised me Peroni last night, it got turned up with all that Indian lager.
Madry?
Yeah, Madry. Don't you think it's got a weird taste to it? Promise me Peroni, look. Go on then, boy. Outswing, in swing, hit it!
Didn't get the snatch right, did I?
No, but you know what you do. Do exactly the same. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and I get it. Adam would do it to me. He would say, "You know what you're doing," and I'll go, "Yeah, I know."
You know.
And I watch the videos. I'm like, I'm chasing the lead there. But the trouble is, when you're fishing and that constantly all the time, not necessarily, it's not all about distance, is it?
No, it's not.
It's about just getting the bait out there sometimes. Like here today, I've just been doing lazy casts because you don't want to be hitting the horizon. I just want to be hitting that tide line.
I'm with you. Like all my boys at the minute are banging into the casting.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything worse than standing in the field.
No, me, no.
It's
no. I'm exactly the same, mate. I went casting to increase my distance, and I hit it far enough now where I'm happy.
Yeah.
And it catches fish, and that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, right, I'm going to bring my rods in and we can go for a beer. Okay, guys, just a quick one. So Joseph's been doing the layback cast and he's just done the pendulum cast. He just said to me, look, you can see it's more power in that. Look, that's what happens when you do the pendulum cast correctly. You should be using thummies. Luckily, I got hands of steel, but for some people, we've obviously, like, do you moisturise your hands?
No.
Well, it's all about fun and games, but now I'm only taking a bit. But yeah, I'm going to bring my rods in now, and then we can get to the pub, Joe. Okay, guys, so time to bring the gear in now. Pack up. We've had enough. It's been hard work. Done a little bit of casting for an hour with the lads, and yeah, time to call it a day. I'm looking forward to a few beers in Indian, if I'm honest. Nobby did say about the weed disappearing as the tide turned, and to be honest, I can't feel no weed on there at the minute. Yeah? Yeah, but you shouldn't have to put a step in to get better distance. If you're doing the technique right, adding the step at the end will make the difference. So that's the first one in. It's not brilliant, a little bit of weed on it. It's been hard work today, guys, it really has. I know it's a shorter video, but we've been here throughout the tide, and the range has been a nightmare to film. I've tried to get like Joseph catching fish and stuff like that on it. You can only do what you can do at the end of the day. Very impressed with these owner hooks. They're quite expensive, but they're very strong and super sharp. So something I think I'll be looking at. Get the scissors a minute. Take off the bait. I can just literally just put the rods in the water, in the rig wallet then, and we can move on. Get back up to the car, which isn't miles and miles away, thankfully. And yeah, hopefully and get out again over the next couple of days if the weather changes. Hate ragworm. Oh, right. So I'll bring that one up to there a minute. So leave that one out for a second. I'll just unclip this one down. So started something now. They're all up there casting. That's what it's about, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm not being funny. I met Nobby at the European Open, as I said, and I've become quite friendly with him over the internet and stuff. Joys of the internet and meeting people from around the UK and stuff. Really, really nice guy. Love his, like, what's the word? Attitude towards fishing, and the stuff he's been doing with the shop, and like the focuses of what he wants to do around the Isle of Wight for angling and stuff like that. I mean, that's what you want in the sport. You want people that are going to obviously input into the fishing world, really. But that's that one there done. I'm gonna have to leave that up. Right, let's bring this other one in now. Make sure I don't forget any more reels and stuff. Wait. That one there, I won't forget that then. Right, let's bring this next one in. I am absolutely knackered, guys. You can probably tell with my presenting today, because I'm not on fire. Bit of weed on there.
Bit of weed, mate.
Bit of weed, bio. That's it, Matt. All we can do, innit?
You want to hit one with the braid?
Yeah, we'll have a cast with the braid. I'll have a quick cast in a minute with his braid on. Just take this reel down.
Changed your life, mate.
Changed my life, apparently.
Changed your life, mate.
Right, I'll put that one there, down there.
Want to put it on the T9?
That'd be alright, wouldn't it?
It will, yeah.
No, right. We get him to film me casting this braid. Okay, guys, so I'm going to cast braid on the multiplier for the first time I've ever casted braid on a multiplier. I've been told that it's going to be the business. So, yeah, here it goes. This might be a change in my fishing. Mate, that's lovely. I didn't even hit that properly.
I told you.
That's lovely. Oh yeah.
Mate, that'd be sick. That'd be sick.
Dry line as well. I'm gonna have some of that when I get back. You got green in, what line is that?
0.23, 52 pounds.
I'll have some of that when I get back. For 5 minutes today only, 99% off in Slam Fish. You can't go wrong, can you? Sea Angling Adventures only offer between 6 and 6:05 only.
What I'll do?
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for him to get him drunk because I want one of those black slamfish Isle of Wight tops as well. I'm liking his bottoms. He's slamfish right up.
You buy one for the price of two, I'll give you the second one free.
What? Buy one?
For the price of two, and I'll give you the second one free.
Yeah. Yeah. Buy one for the price of two. What's it retail at?
30. 5 quid, 34 quid, something like that.
I'm having that. That's lovely.
Honestly, it is.
I'm going to be going on the braid, boys and girls. Right then. Time to pack down, I'm afraid. So here we are. I'm absolutely knackered, guys, I really am. I was up since 5 o'clock yesterday morning. I didn't get sleep till half past 12, 1 o'clock last night. Up again at 5:30. Not getting any younger, am I? Right, let's see what we can do here. So, got my car key, I need to look after that. Take these reels and put these reels away nicely. On there like that. I'll put my car key in there, I think. I'll put that on the top of the box in a minute so I don't lose it. Okay, so rig wallet. Yeah, a little bit gutted that we didn't get them, but you can't win them all, can you? And as I said before, it's a long way to come with a little bit of local knowledge. And I mean, Nobby sort of like picked the tides and stuff for us, and unfortunately the weather's not played ball. We could feel it coming across on the ferry last night, and I think when I woke up this morning he looked quite worried. I mean, it's a lot on his shoulders as well, us coming over, because all the pressure's on him. Saves it being on me. But it is what it is, isn't it? As I said, it's fishing. You know what I mean? I don't think no difference of it. It's sometimes it's about being out there. It's a new place to fish. I mean, we'll have a good night tonight with all the lads. Really good bunch of lads, the Isle of Wight lads, and yeah, it's a shame Adam couldn't make it, and Gav. But Gav's we're going on holiday to Tenerife next week, so there was a bit of short notice for Gav really, and Adam's on his way up to Fort Ventura. So yeah, he will certainly be on the stingrays, Mr. Slack. But yeah, so that's that there now. Just put the GoPro away, put the rods away, and that's our trip come to the end. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been challenging, but as you say, you've got to be in it to win it sometimes, don't you? And I'm sure you look forward to the production tomorrow. For those of you obviously just starting out with fishing and stuff, it'll be basic information, and yeah, hopefully give you something to watch. I think the educational videos are coming across really well in a minute, so we'll go from there. But from all of us, Sea Angling Adventures and Slamfish, tight lines, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Tight lines, guys.